In summer 1953, Norway has capitulated. The troops of the 3rd and 6th Army are getting ready to take down Sweden as well. Although we have managed to capture Kristiansand, we have actually not managed to block traffic through the Danish Strait because the naval distances are just too large for the coastal guns to reach them. In the meantime, the remaining medium tank divisions in Europe are getting ready to be upgraded with modern tanks, and the naval divisions or the marine divisions are still upgrading as well towards a more powerful armored division to eventually cross the channel into Denmark. That said, I have actually learned something today, and that is that this symbol here at the Danish belts is very much not where the control of the Danish belts is happening. So you can, it's a little tricky because you kind of have to zoom in a lot more to see it, so the tooltip doesn't get in the way. The Danish belts are currently not open for our traffic, and we are actually not contesting the Danish belt. And the reason for that is that the control of the Danish belt is not up here where the symbol is, but is where the blue outline is, which is south here between Odense and Copenhagen. So even though we are actually controlling Kristiansand, we are not controlling traffic through the Danish belts, which means we have to take Denmark to close off the Danish belts and to close off the Baltic. Now, the Norwegian campaign has not been in vain, because we obviously also need to take Sweden, because if the Allies can still ship through, say, Göteborg, then, which might be possible, then, through Norway previously, while we hadn't captured it, then they would still be able to reinforce the Swedish side, the islands, and still conduct naval operations. It's just that we really have to take Denmark in order to close the straits, which is what these naval divisions here are for. But we have inflicted some serious amount of damage to the Allies here, and I am relocating the air group to Östlandet, and from there we don't hold an airport in the southern Sweden air region, but they don't have an awful lot of planes anymore, so I think our air groups are going to be somewhat successful in maintaining aerial superiority, which also means we should slowly start thinking about ground attack planes, because we are starting to come into a situation where we can actually contest the enemy air. That said, if we are looking around in places like northwest Germany, yeah, we're getting close to it. There are still significant amounts of enemy fighter planes out there, but I think at some point we will start also building ground attack planes. Now, I'm trying to remember if I actually have a ground attack design. I think we have the Zyklon, which is a ground attack plane, but maybe we can improve that a little bit still. So right now we've got single jet engines, 1800 kilometers range. I think we may be able to just put some more armor plates onto these things, for example. Or is there anything else that we need? So we've got self-sealing fuel tanks, we've got armor plates, we've got 2 small bomb bays, which means if we are doing close air support, we're getting 31 ground attack, together with the anti-tank cannons that we've got sitting here. So we may be able to. I don't think the bomb sites are good for anything except strat bombing, and that is for naval strike port strikes, strategic bombing. Yeah, nothing for close air support here, but we can. This is for naval targeting, for dive brakes, extra fuel tanks. We could put that in for range, but or drop tanks for range. But I think I'll just I'll put another set of armor plates on there, because 1600 kilometer range should be sufficient, and that gives us a bit of additional air defense. So we'll put that in. save that design. I don't think we have actually built any of these. And we also need to give them a tag. So we'll use that one. There we go. Save that. Okay, we've got the Zyklon modern close air support. And how are we on materials? We're short on aluminium. I'm not sure what happened to the to our steel production. I'm gonna have to check there. But we currently have we're building the Mark I Typhoons, and we are also, I think, building the Mark II interceptors, which we don't really need because we're not running the interception missions. So I think I'm just gonna change this one to the. Okay, of course that didn't happen. To the Zyklon. There we go. So let's start building some of these things, and we'll put some more factories into it on low priority. But we've got the rubber. It's just that the aluminium we're a bit short of, which means I am probably going to be running some repair operations. So let me get that all scheduled, and I'll have a look around if we can build some more infrastructure to improve aluminium production anywhere as well. Not really an awful lot, but I think once the Norwegian compliance is going to go up a little bit, then we will be able to extract more of the aluminium resources. Right now we are getting a, where's my resource mode there? Right now we're getting a relatively small amount, and well, hopefully we can still improve that. And this is. Where are we getting less here? Infrastructure damage, yeah. So I've prioritized repair of infrastructure and constructing some new ones. Okay, back to offensive operations. I have set things up such that the tank divisions will operate out of Oslo. The next offensive operation we're going to be taking is to try and cut off the remaining divisions in the north here, and then we'll deal with Sweden. One of the problems we have is supply, because we can't push very much further from here, and we don't have any other supply hubs until we've taken this one here near Karstad. So that's going to be the next offensive operation that we're going with. Okay, the troops are in place. The Swedish divisions that are opposing our tanks here are relatively low on supply, so the plan is to cut both from the north and from the south simultaneously, starting from Oslo, with the support of some, and I'm going to send some more troops here, the support of the railway cannons. And I think we can just deploy probably 3 fighter wings into southern Sweden on air superiority to make that happen, so we don't waste as much fuel. And then we'll try to cut straight through here, and at the same time we will be launching the assault from the north to not give them a chance to break out. And that should be that. And then we'll get 1 infantry division here to follow on. In fact, we can actually get this one to maintain a... Can I? No. It's too packed here. We do have green air over southern Sweden. 300 jet fighters are enough for that. And the mountaineers are breaking through in the north. So whoever gets there first, we'll see. If the tanks are faster across the plains and through the forests, they should be. Then they can... then whoever gets there first can close the gap, and that should be the end of the Swedish army in the field pretty much. I think that's all. There's a couple of small divisions left here, but the rest is held by other allied troops. No, there are still some more Swedish troops here near Stockholm, so we'll see how it goes. Tank divisions are on the move, mountain troops are on the move. Okay, we've overrun a division, so they just weren't fast enough. And they were literally overrun by our tanks and had to surrender. And we can actually just push here, and we've closed it. Okay, so the tank divisions can attack over there with some support from the other side as well as from the north. mountain divisions are holding off the counterattack at this point. But that should be a significant number of Allied troops that are no longer going anywhere. And we can instantly launch the assaults from all directions here. And from here as well. And from here as well. And the mountain troops as well. And here we can assist from the other side. Okay, that should do it. Tank attacks. Tanks are getting counterattacked, but not going to help. I know it's river crossings, but these troops are encircled. They have nowhere to go. Infantry is joining in as well, so whatever arrives at the front line is participating in the wholesale assault on enemy troops here. And that would be the first one. And that should secure a supply hub somewhere. I think there was yes, there's a supply hub in the north here, which might help us once we have it connected, which might help us dealing with the supply issues that we have in the region. But oh, there is a naval invasion happening at the same time, so the Allies are trying to. Yep, there's some French infantry landing, but in multiple places by the looks of it. But the French are so depleted at this point that they are no longer a threat. And with the assistance of the tank divisions, we are very much cleaning this out very quickly. And that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19 divisions. 29 divisions plus the 10 Swedish here. So that is a lot of divisions that are not going to go home and will end up in captivity mostly if they agree to surrender. And we've almost got it. Okay, there's one, and there's the other one, and there's a couple of American divisions captured here as well. It's a general group of Allied divisions here, and that I think was it, and that should be the overrun on the others. Let's have a quick look on the losses they've just taken. That was 165,000, yeah, roundabout 165,000 troops have either surrendered or have been left at the bottom of the ground, really. There are another 6 divisions here that we can, and I think at this point I am literally just going to get the tank divisions to clean this up. We'll see if we can breach here and then just take these as well. So that's and while the rest is organizing themselves along the front lines. But let's check out the new supply hub. That I think there was a supply hub. I might have been mistaken. I thought there was a supply position here that we took, but how is the French naval invasion going? Yeah, not great. France. That's not going to be a big issue. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with that momentarily. Let's get the here, please attack, and then clean out the remaining divisions here. So we'll just make a general push on the front lines while we still have. Okay, we might need another air group or two. Let's get 2 more on air superiority over southern Sweden. Let's make that 3. There we go. Because they are bringing in additional planes, and that should sort that out. There we go. Yeah, the Danish invasion is not yet quite ready. These 3 divisions, and don't mind the symbols. The game's bugged out here for some reason, but we're still short on amphibious heavy tanks. So that's something we still need to do. But in the meantime, our modern tanks are going to be busy clearing out the remaining positions here. And we'll see where we can push next depending on how the supply situation is. Once we've cleared this out, I think there was no supply hub. I might have misread that. Which means the So the next supply hub is Göteborg, so we might be pushing along the front line here towards Göteborg, cut that off, and then deal with the troops here in the hinterland, because they will no longer have supply once we take Göteborg. So once that port has fallen, then that should be done as well. And there's another bunch of allied divisions here that are not coming out. Can already try to pull the... No, we don't have the railways yet. Well, once we have the railways secured, we'll pull the artillery in as well. And that has been dealt with, so let's deal with that. That should be enough. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, we'll deal with the French there. They're encircled. Wiped out the troops. That's another 70,000 done. And I think the road towards Göteborg is pretty much open at this stage, although the infantry does need to catch up here. So we will shorten the lines for the lines for the armor. The rest can just stay on the front lines, honestly, and conduct operations where it makes sense. But I think the allies in Sweden, if they can't get any kind of significant reinforcements in anytime soon, are going to be in deep trouble. Is that Germany? Do you want to join this one? Because I can't... Oh well, I'm just waiting for the 2nd Division to join. Okay, but I think we have enough troops here now. Let's keep pushing towards Göteborg. The infantry is catching up. So that would be the next operation. And can we bring the railway gun over just yet? I think we can. Yeah, we can bring the railway gun to the front line. Infantry is catching up. I do need somebody to remain in Oslo, so I don't need 4 infantry divisions here. Get me the mountain divisions. Or do we want to do another encirclement here? We might as well, since they're here. Let's see if we can breach their lines here and push towards Karlstad. Karlstad, that is. Okay, tanks have pushed forward. No resistance at this stage. I just have to make sure that the tanks don't get cut off. So we do need to have the infantry following up. Railway guns are in place, and I think we do need additional railway lines. No, we have a railway line going here. We're just running low on fuel again. How's the air situation in southern Sweden? Okay, we can pull 3 wings off again. Let's get these 3 grounded again. Infantry is following up, so we are gonna leave 1 tank division and then just take Göteborg. We'll see how that goes. And we can probably push in the north here as well. Just extend the front lines a little bit. And counterattack from American tanks, not going to be super successful. And there are a lot of divisions in Göteborg. Okay, do not attack Göteborg just yet, because I think the Americans have just landed reinforcements. So we will see if we can. We do have to make sure we're holding this. This is getting a little thin. So let's get me 3 more infantry divisions down south. We might have overstretched there a little bit. I might have underestimated the sheer amount of American divisions counterattacking us here. I will withdraw 1 of the tank divisions just to hold the line while we're getting more infantry in. And we can pull an infantry division from here as well. Mountain troops, please keep that assault going. And push towards Karlstad, just extending the front line here. And have we cleared out the French? Yes, we have cleared out the French. So you're back on your way. Okay, that's all good. And nothing else has really happened here. Okay, we do need to make sure we're holding here though. There are The Americans are, or the Swedish rather, are rather furious with us. So we're sending in reinforcements. The tanks have gotten back. We will hold off the assault from Göteborg for now. I don't think they. Yeah, it's it's a river crossing attack as well. So yeah, that's going to be relatively uneventful. But a lot of American troops reinforcing the lines now. So definitely, okay, we've taken this position. A lot of American troops reinforcing the lines. So definitely something to look out for. Let's see if we can maintain the momentum and push towards Karlstadt. And I think the assault in the north has failed, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Right now we're just reinforcing the lines. Infantry is following up, so let's get another infantry division south to start taking on the supply, and then we will have another go at Göteborg. The problem is the sheer amount of American divisions stationed in Göteborg at this point. It's going to be relatively hard to crack that across a river line. But we'll see if the Allies are moving out or if they want to maintain that many divisions there. Let's see. We'll leave the infantry here and send the tanks back south. And I am actually going to shorten the front line for the tanks. That'll be this one to just focus on Göteborg. But we may have to. Yeah, if this is behind a river line, this might be relatively difficult to crack. Where maybe instead, once the tank division arrives, we will try to cut them off around the lakes here. Because if we can manage to take Karlstadt, we might be able to cut off all these Allied divisions here around the lakes. So while they are moving and shuffling into position here. Okay, we've got the tank divisions ready. So let's launch an assault here and support that and see if we can manage. And I'm going to bring in infantry as well. See if we can manage to enclose them here on the lake shores, and see if we can get them. We'll leave one infantry division to pin them here, just to make sure they don't reinforce that. The tank divisions are pushing against a Japanese-led unit, including an American division, but our modern tanks are doing a lot of damage to it. So, this is also across a river, so this is actually less than ideal. I do want to maintain the pin here, just to make sure these divisions don't escape. We're getting infantry reinforcements here. It's less than ideal, but it's less of a somewhere we have to cross the river, and it's less of a trouble than the Göteborg situation. Let's assist with the assault here, and we'll hold back here for now. And we have, I think they might be cut off there. So let's get one mountain division moving in. And just doing research for the sake of it. Let's get one mountain division in. Take the airport. How's our air situation? Okay, they have brought in aerial reinforcements, so we do need the rest of our air wings here on air superiority in southern Sweden. Because running offensive operations outside aerial superiority is unfunny. But we should have a relatively good air detection and mission efficiency. I think we can probably get some additional ground crews in to ensure that we have aerial superiority against the Allies. That is going to cause us a lot of fuel, but we have almost managed to cut them off here. We don't have an awful lot of space to go with, but I think our tanks can make the river crossing. And if we can't breach him here, we'll try one position further north actually. But I think we've made it across. Yes, we have made it across. So now these divisions should all be pretty much encircled. So we'll launch attacks from the north. and we will launch attacks, counter-attacks from here to start clearing these out. And that should assist. We just have to make sure we're not getting pushed out. So we're pulling some infantry in here to ensure that we're holding this position. And this should be a good staging ground for the eventual assault on Göteborg as well. We can encircle Göteborg and take out all the divisions that are stationed there. So I'm going to leave this infantry here for now, and we'll get the armored divisions to push north together with everybody else. And I do need one infantry division to hold this position. We do have some German troops there, but I don't think they have... Okay, this is more hard. This is more difficult than it seems. There we go. We do have some German troops there, but we'll pull in the infantry once we get to it. And I think we can already start the attack here as well. And that should be this front. And then we can launch an encirclement around Göteborg while we're defending this position here. Can leave the tank divisions here, I think, actually. And infantry assist with wiping out the rest of them. Okay, one of the tank divisions has actually moved out. Let's bring them back. And then we'll see what the supply situation is, but we'll move the tank divisions. This one, we'll move them over here and see if we can manage to, once we have this cleared out, if we can manage to get some supply down here. Ideally from Oslo, once we've cleared the area here. Okay, what happened? Ah, there we go. Thank you. Tanks getting into position. Infantry to hold, and that was that. So let's hope that this helps a little bit with the supply situation, and then we can attempt to encircle Göteborg. Alternatively, well, let's see what the supply situation is going to be once we've done this. And obviously we do once again need to work on our fuel situation. I think offensive operations have completed, so we're going to return to regularly scheduled flights. Okay, that's all done. And is that getting a little better in terms of supply now? Not really, unfortunately. I think the supply from Oslo is struggling to make it south to the tanks that I want to get to surround Göteborg. The problem is the sheer amount of enemy divisions in Göteborg. So assaulting them across the river isn't happening, which means we have to assault from here. The problem is we don't really have an opportunity to do that because the... Okay, I think we'll shorten the front line in the north instead, and destroy the divisions there, because getting across here without supply, and we would have to take 1, 2, 3 provinces, is going to be difficult to hold, unless we bring in significantly more infantry. So, which we are doing, sort of. So let's get. Let's get that cleared, which means these divisions go to the regular front line, and you go here, and the mountain divisions. Okay, we'll bring the railway guns down, and we'll bring the mountain divisions as well. And I think I'm gonna get them to... Where are they? There's 1 and 2 here. I'm gonna get them to assist. Yeah. It's a little tricky because we don't have a good way of getting supply south here. So getting across here is gonna be difficult. Gonna get... yeah, I think we'll just use them to fill We'll just use them to backfill. So let's see if we can, this is a large formation here, let's see if we can manage to push through here with the tank divisions. The idea being that we want to encircle Göteborg, but the problem is obviously that we'll be very much out of supply, which means we do need the, what's the air situation? 300. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wings up again. We do need to try and get through and encircle Göteborg, but for that we're going to need a lot of infantry to hold the lines. So I'm already bringing everybody in that I can here, while everybody else is sorting themselves out. So let's get these divisions organized along the front lines. Okay, and the tanks are getting through just by virtue of their armor. But this is going to be a tricky one. How are we in the air? We're clear in the air. What are the enemy losses there? Significant. So they are not contesting us in the air. Which means how many do we actually have a? Do we have a? No, the close air wing is still too small to be operating effectively. But we are getting the railway guns into positions as well, so we'll see if we can manage to push through here and just backfill with infantry, despite the fact that we have no supply, because the tanks might be able to do this by themselves. Well, against that National Guards division, they are actually struggling. So let's get some infantry to assist with the push. The bigger problem obviously here being supply at this point, but we'll throw everything in and see if we can manage to break through. We are running a little low on, and I have way too many divisions in the first army. I'm not sure what happened here. I think these divisions became part of a front line, and they are actually third army divisions. There we go, that's better. And yeah, the biggest problem that we have here at this stage is supply, but I think we may... Okay, they are scattering now outside Göteborg, and the Americans appear to have distributed themselves. If that's the case, we don't need to surround Göteborg. We can take Göteborg with an assault from multiple directions, basically. So, get me some more... Just getting the research done for these things. Get me some more infantry divisions here. In that case, we'll be holding here for now against the Allied counterattack. Wait for the infantry to manage to get there. And we'll have another attempt at Göteborg, because we now have a foothold across the river line on the other side. So we do need to wait for the infantry divisions to get there. And we do have another tank division here that can get there as well. Okay. Right. That should hold the counterattack, and then we will launch another assault on Göteborg, stretching our supply a little bit here. One infantry division can stay there. And there we go. We've got... Okay, now you guys, please... They have moved off, have they? Yes, they have, unfortunately. Please stay here and hold that position. We'll wait for the attack to... We'll wait for the assault to complete, and then we will launch an attack on Göteborg from two directions, despite the fact that they have a lot of divisions here now. I think the Americans have significantly reinforced. Oh, we have a American naval landing near Bergen. Not sure why I'm holding this position here, but I may as well send some troops over. And we might have to deposit some mountain divisions here just to deal with these situations. And for now, we'll see if we can manage to assault Göteborg from two directions. I just have to wait for the tank division to get there, given that they are very low on supply. And we will launch an attack without the exhausted infantry divisions. Come on, let me deselect those, please. There we go. Once the armored division is there, then and they appear to have, yes, they have landed. Okay. In that case, just hold it for now, and we'll see how many of them are attacking us. Okay, it's 2 divisions there and 4 divisions here, which is annoying, but we'll deal with it. And just to make sure that we're not getting cut off, I can send a division from Kristiansand as well, and we will counterattack here once we have defeated that. Just making sure my tank division is not yet in place. Little diversion here from the Göteborg assault. Okay, counterattack, and you as well. Okay, 2 counterattack. They should be relatively weakened at this point from the initial assault, which means we should be able to take them down. And I don't think they will make that necessarily out of there in time, otherwise we'll push them back. Okay, tank divisions have arrived in Göteborg. Have they? Where's my other tank division? There should be 3 of them. Where's the 3rd tank division? Where did it go? This one. No. I've got 1. I've got 2. This one. Okay. Okay, it's a display bug. Yeah, my tank divisions are a little bugged here at this point. So let's get everyone except these 2 divisions to launch the assault on Göteborg, including the mountain troops. And yeah, the tank divisions are leading the charge here. The problem is that we have too many divisions on the attack, but we will see if we can push them out of Göteborg. Otherwise, we will once again try the encirclement if that doesn't work. But it would be nice. Now they have a lot of divisions here. They've got 16 divisions in reserve, and we are at the edge of our supply. Okay, there are more American divisions. I'm gonna hold here in Bergen for now and wait for some reinforcements. That was actually more divisions than I thought it was going to be. So let them. I mean, they have no, or they have a floating harbor. That's why That's why we have such a problem. Where are these divisions going? 3rd Army divisions. Please on the front line. Have my divisions moved off now? No, it's just those 2, I think. This is okay, the Germans are attacking here now. They can do that. Yeah, I think taking Göteborg is not happening. So we will instead stop that. And attempt once again, but I think my tank divisions are getting relatively exhausted here, to try and encircle Göteborg. We still have some infantry here that we can send in for reinforcements. We'll see if we can get Göteborg encircled. And we'll try another attack here. But I think the Americans have too much. Yeah, they have too much supply. We might have to hold first. Okay, this is irritating because I might have to pull the mountain troops off the lines. So let me get 3 mountain divisions off the lines here to deal with this American incursion. It's more of an irritation than anything else, but we'll try. We will try to breach. We will try to encircle Göteborg and take it from there. I don't think we can take it in one go, so we'll have infantry. We'll have infantry holding here, and everyone else pushing south towards the encirclement, and then basically keep going. So everyone who's pushing, keep going. Okay, and yes, they are moving out of Göteborg, and they do have supply, obviously. Unfortunately, yes, I think they are moving out of Göteborg. So given that my tanks are relatively low on fuel at this stage, We're still dealing with that. I think I will send in 2 more fighter wings. Do we have... Oh, we've got a couple more here. All right, everybody, let's get everybody in. Make sure that we are working together here. And see if we can manage the encirclement of Göteborg, because otherwise we're not going to break it. Unfortunately, they are moving troops in and out quite rapidly. So we'll see. We'll see what we can make of this here. The tank divisions are very exhausted, but if we can create the encirclement, we will have the supply once we take Göteborg. Okay, first tanks are moving forward, and the rest of the troops is following up. Unfortunately, the tanks are very low on fuel, so we do need somebody. Yeah, the infantry is actually quicker at this point. We do need somebody to stay here, though. Oh no, we've got an infantry division here as well. Okay, that's the infantry is marching ahead at this point, but we can send divisions across the river to pin the defenders in Göteborg, just to make sure that they are not getting out. Waiting for the tank divisions to get in there. Americans have supply, unfortunately. Let's get additional divisions here, just to make sure we're holding the position. Yeah, as long as the Americans have supply through the floating harbor, they're going to be a nuisance. But we'll deal with that eventually. We'll see if the assault here has a chance of breaking this last Allied line. There's some really big American tanks here. Once my low fuel tanks make it eventually to the front lines on their last reserves, then... Okay, keep the assault going, please. And once the tanks are there as well, then we can crack the Göteborg position, and that will ensure supply for this area. It's just that the tanks are very slow, because at some point they'll have to get out and push. My mountain troops are on the way. Okay. We've been cut off in Bergen. That's quite annoying, is it? Well, okay. They are trying to break out here, but let's get the mountain divisions on, and then they can help clean that up. We'll just hold in Bergen for now while we're encircled. And we appear to not have anybody defending Oslo. I am not a fan of that. Get me one of these divisions to hold Oslo. Okay, the tanks have joined, and I think we are closing the gap to Göteborg. I'm gonna get the rest of the tanks to already assist with the assault here. Once they are encircled, we should be able to... These are just pinning attacks at this stage, but we have to make sure we get there before the... they reinforced it. Do I have anybody who has any organization left for a pinning attack on Göteborg? Not really. There's a couple of troops. Okay, we're holding the position. We're holding the position. Göteborg is encircled, and we are getting the mountaineers here to defend, and the armored divisions launched an attack on Göteborg. Everybody join in on the attack on Göteborg, please. And you support the assault, and you as well support the attack. Everyone is extremely exhausted at this stage, but we will try to do what we can to break down the defending positions there. Okay, that I think was what we could do. Let's try another attack from this way, and that I think works better. Okay, that's going on. Mountain troops are pushing through now. So we get everybody else. We get the regular infantry to hold, and the mountain divisions are going to clean up the Americans here. That should not be a massive problem, even though they have supply. But these are mountain troops. They can do this. We're going to get another division to assist, and I think we have all the combat width at this point. Yes, we've got 9 divisions on the assault here. And they will fall. And Göteborg will fall, and at that point we will have control. Okay, I might need a couple more mountain divisions though. Okay, let's wait for the rest of the troops to arrive. Just attack. Wait out the counterattack. Counterattacks are good because that means we are going to. We can actually already take this position here. Okay, now attack. And that works better. And then just clean it up. The Americans. There we go. Okay. Göteborg is, I believe, about to fall. If they the last of them might have moved out. By boat. But then we will give the battered divisions here much needed rest, and let's recover some fuel. We no longer need to shoot down enemy fighters, as much fun as that is, but it costs us a lot of fuel, so let's not. Okay, there we go. And we have a close air wing that can slowly start exercising, actually. There we go. And then we will, we can use the infantry here to assist. Just making sure I don't leave anybody out yet. So I might need a mountain division or two just to defend the coastline in Norway, because these kind of operations are very, very irritating. So I think I'll leave 3 mountain divisions in the north here. And we have taken Göteborg. Okay. Which means everybody else can make their way to the front lines now. And the First Army divisions, where are we going to go next with the First Army? I think I am going to use the First Army's tank divisions. So that would be you 3. Give you a front line here. Oh, that's across the river, isn't it? Let's go from the north. 3 divisions, close the operation here, and we'll remove this old front line. Okay, everybody else is moving into their respective places. I can remove that and clean up the job in general. And I think we have ourselves a successful operation. Just need to clear out the Americans there. And then we'll deal with the rest of Sweden, really. Göteborg will have... the fall of Göteborg will have been a pretty successful operation, all in all. Yep, 115,000 troops. No other major naval invasions. They have really calmed down in the Baltic since our operations there. We're still working to get these divisions going. How are we on modern tanks? We're still behind because we've taken some losses here. But I think we've got 1 medium tank division left over, yeah, this one. And then we can send the remaining medium tanks to Germany and they can deal with that. And we will focus on modern tanks. We're almost done with enacting the repairs, which means that I think our trade situation... Okay, we're short on steel. I am not sure why. We should have enough steel, but we can get some more from Germany. It might just be infrastructure damage or sabotage, but I would have thought that... No provisional governments. Yeah, let's just trade with Germany for steel. That's an easy proposition. Okay, that's actually too much. Just like that. Is it too much? 32. There we go. That's perfect. Okay. So, yeah, everybody hold for now. It's all the divisions on the front lines, including you 4. Although I do want one of you to hold Göteborg. There we go. Everybody else make your way onto the front lines, please. Oh, we have been counterattacked here. Interesting. We've got a couple divisions here, so let's push them back. I think that was one of our tank divisions holding that by themselves, and they were already embarked on railways, so well, that's not a problem. We'll push them back, and here we are clearing it out. Yes, we are cleaning up behind the marauding American troops, and I think our mountaineers should be faster than them. So I think we'll just focus on the attacks here. I'll clean that up between episodes, but I think I'll call it here for now. Next episode we will continue our assault in Sweden while dealing with marauding American special divisions in the mountains, and I definitely need more defenders here. But yeah, that's it for me today. Thanks everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.